Hello, and thank you for tuning in for this wild edition of our weekly Palm Beaches TV Watch Party series. I'm your host, Theo Dorsey. Today, we're taking a world-class field trip out to the Palm Beach Zoo, right here in West Palm Beach, Florida. Get ready to embark on a journey into the jungle with rare animals, exotic habitats, and extraordinary encounters that will make you roar with excitement. Whether you're a wildlife enthusiast or looking for some family fun, this episode promises to deliver a thrilling exploration of one of the country's premier zoological attractions and animal conservation organizations. Here to tell you more is a very special guest from the Palm Beach Zoo, Mike Terrell, Curator of Animal Experiences.
Thanks, Theo. The Palm Beach Zoo and Conservation Society is more than your typical zoo. We are a mission-based nonprofit that sponsors conservation projects all around the globe. Part of our purpose is to inspire people to act on behalf of wildlife and the natural world. Now, let's check in with Frank Licari as he talks to our president and CEO, Margot McKnight, about how everyone plays a role in wildlife conservation.
The Palm Beach Zoo and Conservation Society is more than just a zoo. Let's head inside and learn about what they're doing here at the zoo and beyond to ensure species survival for a host of animals. It looks like a zoo. It sounds like a zoo.
Yeah.
But it's more than a zoo,
It's
right?
way more than a zoo.
I mean, look at this guy. Are you kidding me?
It's really an important piece of a community. People aren't really tuned into nature and they don't get out in nature near as much. So a zoo is kind of that place where people come and they think they're just going to have fun, and what really happens is a transformation. They are surrounded by this amazing place, they're inspired by animals from around the world, and that just kind of opens them up to think about nature in a different way.
Talk to me about some of the initiatives, like specific ones that you guys work on.
Sure. Our staff actually participate in field conservation projects right around here that actually influence the animals we see. So
Right.
Florida panthers, coral conservation, our staff are actually part of the expert teams going out there to save them. So we need to get you out in the field with us.
Anytime.
Yeah, because the more people see it and hear just regular folks talking about it and what they can do, not that
I
you're...
represent the regular, I do.
When people come, they actually have an interaction with an actual person.
Right. Part of what you're doing here is you're educating them on what they don't know, right?
Totally. There's a lot of actions that you can do, and getting involved in the zoo will start opening them up. We have lecture series that talk about these things, and we often talk about our conservation programs, and we're really developing them moving forward to get more people involved, citizen science.
Are there things in the works that you're hoping to expand upon?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're weaving in that conservation engagement piece.
Yeah.
So that they come to have fun, they have a blast, but they also see they're part of the bigger picture, and that there's a way for any person to get involved.
The zoo is home to hundreds of animals, many of them endangered, and every visit saves animals in the wild. Just to give you an idea, when you visit our zoo, you're helping to save otters and protect life-giving coral. Find out more about our Zoo More Good campaign by visiting our website at palmbeachzoo.org. As our adventure continues, we'll check in with James Curry to learn more about some of our amazing residents.
With over 23 acres of land, almost 200 different species of animals, and one of the top 5 most visited locations in the Palm Beaches, this is the Palm Beach Zoo. I'm here with Kelly McCory, who is the carnivore zoologist here at the Palm Beach Zoo. And we're here to meet a very special inhabitant of the zoo.
Florida panthers right now are very critically endangered in the wild. There's only about 200 of them that exist left here in Florida. So it's really important to have Florida panthers still here because they are such a huge predator species that help to control a lot of the lower prey species in Florida. Because there's so few of them, and unfortunately they get hit by cars and habitat loss and things like that, animals like Sassy wouldn't have had a home and she wouldn't have survived. So being able to have her here is a great way for people to be able to see a Florida panther because they most likely would never see one in the wild. So it's a great way to have that connection with her and for people to be able to see that and hopefully be inspired to want to save them too.
Kelly, thank you so much for telling us a little bit more about the Florida panther.
Of course, you're welcome.
And the plight that it faces in Florida. You know, often we are here living in Florida. Very few people actually realize that we've got such a special species right here in South Florida. So thank you so much for telling us.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming out to meet Sassy and hear her story.
And now we're about to meet another resident of Florida, the North American river otter, and we're here with Grayson, who's the carnivore zoologist here at the Palm Beach Zoo. Tell us a little bit about these river otters.
We have Luna and Ollie here. They are our breeding pair of North American river otters. This year they will be turning 5 years old. Up. Good. So obviously they're extremely observant. They're very aware that you guys are hanging out in here. Their feet are webbed, but they are also impressive diggers. See those claws? North American river otters are one of the most versatile species of otter. You can find them all the way up into Alaska, but you see them all the way down here. You can see them in the Keys. So they have an undercoat and an upper coat that allows their body to really regulate their temperature. So it cools them off, but also keeps them really warm and insulated. So even though they're super cute, they're definitely not a cuddly animal. Their teeth are about as sharp as a domestic cat's, and their jaw strength's comparable to a decent sized dog, like a German Shepherd. They are an impressive little carnivore. So, you know, if you see them, give them their space because they are very smart. They're very curious. A lot of people around here will see them on their docks.
Yep, I have one of my dogs.
Yeah.
And so in the wild, Grayson, they'll be feeding on predominantly bigger fish than that if possible?
If possible. They are very industrious. It's what they can catch. So they will also eat a lot of shellfish, crabs, but honestly, anything that they can catch. They are opportunistic when it comes to feeding, but the most bang for your buck is always going to be fish.
And they seem as though they're pretty intelligent, right?
They are. Yes, they're extremely intelligent. Station. Good.
And Grayson, tell us a little bit about how they are adapted to living an aquatic lifestyle or a semi-aquatic lifestyle. If you look at their tails, I can see they've got that dorso-ventrally flattened tail.
Yes. They've also got all 4 of their feet are webbed, and then they can also close their nostrils and their ears when they're swimming underwater, and they can hold their breath for a lot longer than we can.
The enrichment and the habitat in the zoo, they're so amazing for all the animals, aren't they?
Absolutely. We spend a good portion of our day making sure that our animals have a lot of enrichment, as well as the guests are just as much enrichment for our younger otters. Peach and Yoshi here, they enjoy playing with people that come to visit them just as much as the enrichment that we give them.
Well, that's great. Look at them, they're so cute. So these are a brother and a sister?
A brother and a sister pair, so they are a companion pair.
Wow, and it's great to get this perspective where you're looking underwater because you can see their whole life history, right?
Yes.
So from the other enclosure, you're looking at them from above, you're getting the terrestrial feeling, and now we've got the underwater feeling with them, which is great.
Well, and you can see how well adapted they are for being in the water. They move very quickly.
These otters at the Palm Beach Zoo are just another part of the wild Palm Beaches.
There's still so much more to explore. We're just scratching the surface. And this summer, the Palm Beach Zoo is the perfect place to beat the summer heat, thanks to our Fountain Plaza splash pad, shaded pathways, and ice cream treats. We even have a new ice machine for the bears and frozen bones for the tigers. Let's head back over to the zoo to see what Jim Curry is exploring.
Palm Beach Zoo, we like to say, is the Palm Beach's hidden treasure. We are home to over 550 animals, many of them endangered. You get to see species from all around the world. Everything from endangered Malayan tigers to koalas named Oz and Catherine to a celebrity sloth named Wilbur. We have something for all ages here at Palm Beach Zoo. One of the things that really just defines us is our up-close personal experiences. This is where guests and members can go behind the scenes with the animals. You can go into the koala forest with Oz and Catherine, and they're in their forest of eucalyptus. There's no place else in the United States where you can get this close to a koala, and in our case, 2 koalas. It's an absolutely life-changing experience. Wilbur, our celebrity sloth, she is a Hoffman's two-toed sloth. She is the #1 requested guest at weddings. So yes, for people thinking of getting married, we do transform the zoo into weddings, and you can request a guest at your wedding. And Wilbur has been known to upstage a bride, but they love it. We are all about inspiring people to act on behalf of wildlife and the natural world. Several of the animals that are here are rescued animals. They are animals that would not have survived in the wild, and so we are a sanctuary of sorts for those animals. We take in animals that would not be able to survive otherwise. We help rehab them, and we are forever home. We are all about that. We are the 2nd most visited cultural attraction in Palm Beach County. There is so much history here at Palm Beach Zoo. This is a great place to come by yourself if you want a solo adventure, if you need to zen out for a while, or you want a place to bring your kids for the form of edutainment. It's fun and it's educational at the same time. Let's head on over to Malaysia, where Sherry and Janice are going to talk about our tiger breeding program.
Today I'm here with Janice, the primary tiger keeper here at the Palm Beach Zoo. Can you tell me a little bit about the tigers and what it's like keeping them?
It is amazing. It's an amazing job. We have 2 tigers here. We have Kadar, which means powerful one, and we also have Api, and that means fiery one, and she is a fiery one. And what you're seeing today is a breeding. There is a certain window where we can breed these cats. Otherwise, it can go kind of bad where they don't get along so well and we have to separate them. This morning you're seeing some behavior where they're jumping up and they're popping each other. That's actually a good thing. We want them to do that. That's actually a really good communication between a male tiger and a female tiger. And also you'll see the female very playfully get down and roll. She's telling him that she likes him, and they're gonna keep doing this up. So it is a good thing when they do that. And you'll see them also get in the water. That's very important because of the heat. So they do love to swim and they love water.
So in total, there are roughly around 250 individual, and that's just for Malayan tigers. That's in the wild and in breeding programs. There are actually more tigers here in breeding programs throughout the world than there are left in the wild. And that's what we want. We want that. That was a successful breeding mount right there.
This is a fairly new exhibit. It opened up last year at Thanksgiving, so we're coming up on a 1-year anniversary, and it's really been super popular just because of that. The birds hang out on your head, they hang out on your arm, and they eat, and they're just so friendly and colorful, and all ages love them.
Yes, they are really cool. And they seem to really like my head.
They do. So they're Australian parrots, as you can see, very colorful, very friendly.
Well, I actually can't see them right now.
Well, take my word for it. They're really different. So most parrots you've ever met probably crack seeds, peanuts and other kinds of seeds, right?
Yeah.
And they have really strong beaks. Well, these guys are different. These guys eat soft fruit, and that nectar that you have in your hand there, they have little hair-like structures on their tongue that allow them to lap up the liquid, kind of like a hummingbird does.
Oh my gosh, if he poops,
That could happen.
The Palm Beach Zoo is truly one of the little wonders of the Palm Beaches.
Mike, couldn't thank you enough. I can't wait to plan my next trip to the zoo. They even have a new animal experience where you can feed honey to the bears. The bears? By the way, kids admission is free through the end of July. Each full price adult ticket includes admission for 2 kids ages 3 to 12. And remember, children ages 2 and younger, they're always free. Visit thepalmbeaches.tv to see full episodes featured in today's segment, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up on all the acts. I'm Theo Dorsey. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week. And don't forget to stay wild.